Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am accompanied today by Dr. Mr. Fuji.
Hey everybody.
He has actually never played a Xenoblade Chronicles game.
No, I've played Xenogears and a couple of the Xenosaga games by the same director.
Yeah, I keep telling him how great it is, how much I love it, and today I'm actually going to try to convince him. I finally sat him down and going to see what I can do. Now, I've been sitting at this loading screen for a little bit because I actually saw a cut screen I've never seen before, and I see that the background's actually changing here with the Monado. And I'm not sure if that was actually something it did in before you beat it, or this is just a new Game Plus thing. But they actually just had a whole cutscene that was took place on the Bionis. So maybe we'll be able to catch that, and I'll upload that in another video. So let's jump into it. We left off I think sometime right after This is wrong. This isn't it, is it?
No.
Sit. Sit.
Huh?
Sit. There, sit. Stay. Stay. Yeah, stay. So this looks like it's the opening of the game.
I think this is actually a cutscene here that shows why Shulk is capable of wielding the Monado, but I don't remember if it fully explains it.
It's all very well going after that metal-faced Mechon, but shouldn't we have some kind of plan?
How about checking out Colony 6?
Colony 6. The only other Homs colony left.
Colony 6 is on the way to Sword Valley, where there's supposed to be a Mechon base. If that's where they came from, maybe the people in Colony 6 saw something.
Good point. They might even know something about that metal-faced Mechon. So, we go past the Magmel ruins and up through Tephra Cave. Then we should arrive at the Bionis knee.
Yeah. And if we can get to the knee, it ain't far to Colony 6, right?
Sounds like a plan. Let's head to Colony 6.
Okay, so that was in fact the right part, and as many of you may have heard, the puppy came in to visit again. I'm going to try to give Dr. Mr. Fuji a quick rundown of what has happened so far, because we're not very far into the game. We're only about, I don't know, 2 hours. We've only done 2 sessions thus far. The main character here, his name is Shulk. And the guy with him is his best friend named Ryan. Shulk is super smart, not very strong, but he's been studying the Monado and how it would help them defeat the Mechon. As for Ryan, he's obviously no brains and all brawn, and he was part of their defense force for Colony. What was the name of their colony? God help me, I've already forgotten it. Anyway, Shulk's hometown. He was part of their base, which of course they're near the foot of the Bionis. Right now, we have encountered a new type of Mechon that has a face, whereas previously they've all just been machines. Obviously the love interest of Shulk, Fiora, was captured and ultimately killed by the Mechon with the face. So at this point, as you can guess, Shulk has vowed to avenge her, and we are going on a journey to do so.
Okay.
So typical, anime cliche kind of stuff. He's the hero.
Knowing the director of the game, I'm assuming that this becomes just a basic quest that turns into something that involves the whole world and a lot of philosophy.
Actually, are you sure you don't know what happens in this game?
No.
That's intense. For anybody out there who has played the entire game, I think you're probably laughing along with me here. If Dr. Mr. Fuji is able to see the actual ending of the game, we're going to have to do a callback to this episode.
Well, Xenogears takes place at the end of a very long timeline. And it's based a lot on biblical reference and biological computers and waveforms and reincarnation.
We got a cutscene real quick.
It was closed when we came past before, but it's open now.
Maybe it was programmed to open up in case of a Mechon emergency. The way to the Bionis knee is just ahead. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
So, of course, as some of you may know, we cannot hear the audio. We can only read the text and kind of wait for it to pass.
An ether lamp.
Don't traders use these things as guideposts?
Yeah. We can follow them to the Bionis knee.
Okay. But if armed traders need guideposts, it must be pretty dangerous in here. Let's keep our wits about us.
Definitely.
That little nod Ryan just did is actually one of my pet peeves that Dr. Mr. Fuji does at me. It's a little playful thing. He'll be absolutely no reason. He'll just say my name, I'll look over and he'll nod at me, and I'm sick of it. So... What were you saying about the Xenoverse?
Xenogears.
Xenogears.
Xenogears is based on a lot of the philosophy of determination and the existence of God and the church and all that. Whereas the Xenosaga is what leads up to Xenogears. And there's 3 different games, but it was meant to be 7 when they first originally planned it. But that's based a lot on Jungian philosophy and psychology.
What the? Look at the emblem. They're traders traders from Colony 6. No wonder it's been so long since the last delivery.
Ryan, their injuries.
They weren't made by no Mechon. It was probably the monsters that live here. Man, that's grim. I don't want to go like this. Not even killed by Mechon, just some monsters in a cave.
They probably had families. Children.
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me. But why'd you say that?
Oh, no reason. Ryan, shouldn't we return them to the Bionis?
Huh? Oh, right. What's born from the Bionis is returned to the Bionis. That's the way of the Hons. That was way harder than I thought
That
it'd be.
effect is literally from
I'm just
Final
about ready
Fantasy
to
X.
collapse.
Let's take
The
a
little
rest.
sprites.
If the monsters in here killed all these traders, we need to be at our best. I'm wide awake, so I'll take first watch.
Thanks, man. The nap will do me good. Shulk, my turn.
Awake already?
Didn't sleep a wink. Oh, I still feel like I just did one of Vanguard's drills. Hey, why do you think the Mechon attacked? Are we just food to them? Or what? Did we do something wrong? Sort of reminds me of the battle between the Bionis and the Mechonis. I wonder if it's anything to do with that.
Well, it's hard to believe that living things are just a source of energy for machines. There has to be another reason.
Mechon killed Fiora.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll never forgive them. I don't care what their reason is.
When it happened, the Monado showed me that Fiora was in danger, but I couldn't save her.
It's not your fault. Just because the Monado showed you some future, that don't mean you could do anything about it. You did great. You fought them off. I couldn't have done that. You know, I've been thinking about it. Why you can use the Monado, I mean. Dixon told me. You're a survivor from the Monado expedition team that went out 14 years ago. There was a blizzard or something, and your mum and dad died. And then Dixon found you and brought you back.
That sounds right. I was pretty young, so I don't really remember anything.
Is that why you do it? Why you're always helping Dixon with his research and trying to figure out the Monado?
Maybe. Part of me does see it as something to remind me of my mum and dad. But mainly, if it really is the sword that the Bionis used to kill the Mechonis, like in the legend, I want to work out its secret. That's the real reason.
I've got it. You were chosen by the Monado.
What? Chosen?
Don't you see? Not even Gunban can handle it. It ain't chance that you can and he can't. I'll take the next watch. You get some rest.
Okay, I'll try. Night Ride.
Do you wish to change it? The future. It is every man's desire to change the future. Is that not so? Even if everything has been predestined, will you not oppose it? The Monado is now in your hands. The Monado will grow with you. If you can find the true Monado, the future is yours.
The true Monado.
Shulk. Shulk.
Ryan!
Shulk! Shulk! Ryan! What are you playing at? Give us a hand!
So, two things that I wanted to bring up. One is that, well, after the cutscene,
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Don't worry about it. It looked like you were having a nightmare.
Really?
The Monado is now in your hands. The Monado will grow with you. If you can find the true Monado, the future is yours.
The true Monado? Was I dreaming?
What's with you? We better get a move on.
It wasn't a dream. Was it a vision? What should I do? I could tell Ryan. But I don't know.
okay, so the two things I wanted to tell you are that when Shulk is fighting with the Monado, of course his eyes will turn blue and he is capable of seeing another cutscene.
What on Bionis are those?
Monsters X-Sax, I think. But it looks like there are Mechon parts inside as well.
Man, what kind of monsters are they?
Probably some type of arachno. Ryan, get back! Ryan! No. If that vision comes true, then Ryan, I've got to find him.
So, for the third time, let's give this a shot. Shulk is capable of seeing battles and their outcomes. If they're, like negative, somebody's gonna die. And he can change the future, which is what they're referring to. So, just as he sees Ryan dying, he's like, okay, all I have to do is do this instead, and I'll be able to save my friend.
You things just don't give up, do ya?
Ryan! I've got to hurry. If I can get up there, I should be able to reach him.
The second thing I wanted to bring up was Dunban. Dunban, depends on your accent there. He's Fiora's sister. Fiora is his sister, and he was the only other known Hom, which is what they are, capable of wielding the Monado. Why was I not able to do that just now? I think I'm just bad at games. Here we go. But in a previous battle, he was, highly injured using the Monado, and Fiora was like, "Hey, you're done. No, cut it, shut it down. We're done."
many of them. I killed one, and 10 more pop up. Right, no! Not that way! Right! Shoot! Right! What's this? The power of the Monado. Look out! Glad one of us figured out these things will try and ambush. Let's do this, Shulk. Right.
So as you just saw, the Monado can grant powers to not only Shulk, but those around him. And this is like one of the cutscenes that Shulk is seeing in his mind, where, oh, my buddy's gonna die, so I can warn Ryan, obviously by pressing B. And these are Ryan's moves, so I can tell Ryan, well, just do that instead.
Looks like the Monado works on more than just Mekon. I gotta say, that's pretty awesome.
Ryan, I just realized something.
Huh?
The future I see, it isn't set. I think it's more like a warning.
A warning?
Yeah. A warning about what will happen. What will happen if I don't do anything. Or if I can't do anything. So I can use this power to change the future. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
You've got my vote. And if you really can do that, I think Fiora would have liked it too.
Yeah.
Right, let's get moving. We're nearly at the Bionis knee.
So, two other things to bring up are that the sword on Shulk's back right now is the Monado. It's the true Monado in which the unknown character was referring to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also known as like the Monado 3, or there's another name for it. I think Shulk's Monado, or True Monado, something like that. Oh, this is the battle, the Bionis and the Mukonis. And I'll go into detail after the cutscene.
No matter how many times I see this, I never get used to it.
On the other side of those clouds.
Yep. It's our enemy. Mechonis.
Our enemy.
So we finally got a save point. As you can tell, there are a lot of cutscenes. Are there as many cutscenes in his other games?
The first Xeno Saga, the game itself is maybe 20 hours long, but if you watch every cutscene, it's 80 hours.
Holy cow.
Mark the bite on his shin, then this must be its kneecap, right?
Yep. Which means Colony 6 is up ahead.
Looks like we can climb up.
I wonder where we should go.
Great. I love a good climb.
So, yeah, tons of cutscenes in this game too, and there's also so many side quests. One of the things I've decided to do is skip out on the side quests for now. Some of them are time sensitive, so if I decide to go back and complete them after beating the game the second time, I may miss a few. But I'm sure like there's got to be a another round. You know, like it's not just going to give you one option, you know. Well, you can only play through 2 times.
Well, most RPGs like this allow you to just continually stack new game plus. But newer games tend to up the difficulty every time.
So, of course, I already know what this is. It's like a little battle thing. There's really no point in us doing it right now. I consider it a side quest. I'm over here taking mental notes on things to catch you up on. A really important fact about the Monado is that it cannot cut HOMs. There was actually an incident in which Ryan was being reckless, shocker, and picked up the Monado. It got out of control and cut through like a wall and some kind of equipment and then sliced across Fiora, but did not cut her, but broke everything around her. I think this is the most beautiful area of the game.
Look over there.
Smoke.
Reminds me of the second half of Final Fantasy 13.
It's hardly a good spot for a barbecue. Come on, let's take a look.
So without going into too much detail, because it's a rather long story, the Mechonis and the Bionis, of course, 2 titans who began a battle and essentially killed one another, and they're locked in an eternal battle. And of course, life with Homs and the creatures you're seeing right now grow on the Bionis, and mechanical life grow on the Mechonis. And of course they've been at war ever since, and that was where the confusion for Shulk was in that scene where he's like, why do they hate us?
Someone's left a buggy out here.
That's strange. Who would just abandon a buggy in this place? And it's pretty new.
Is it brand new?
Not brand new, but it's in very good condition. You wouldn't just abandon it.
I don't think it's in good condition if it's smoking black.
These guys don't have very much situational awareness for people who can see the future.
There's a boy. He's being attacked by monsters.
You saw it happening? Where?
I don't know, but it was near some water.
Near water? But what made you have a vision all of a sudden?
Maybe it was triggered by touching the buggy.
Well, we'd better find him. Let's search everywhere around here where there's water.
Okay.
So something super convenient about this game, which you're actually a gamer and you've probably seen this before. It's just like, you know, the dotted line and then you got the flag. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 does not have that, and it is very frustrating. I'm doing the side quests as I did the first playthrough on this game, and it gives you like, oh, well, you know, you're 1,000 feet away from it. And then when you start heading the right direction, the number goes down. So like, oh, I'm 600 feet away from it. And then all of a sudden, you're like at a cliff. You can't go up. You can't go down. It's like, you're like 900 feet away from it suddenly. And it'll tell you if you know you need to change elevations. But I'm in an area that's quite frustrating right now, and I had to take a break. I'll put it like that.
Over there! You alright, kid? Who are you? That can wait. Go! Get out of here. Leave these guys to us. Okay.
Let's do this.
Ready when you are.
It's funny playing through as a level 77 because I can just walk over and let auto attacks take place. I don't even have to choose anything.
Okay, this should work now.
Great. You saved my skin. My buggy short-circuited. And then there were those monsters and... Well, thanks.
I fixed the circuit, but it's out of ether. Change the cylinder and it'll be as good as new.
I think it's time for the introductions. I'm Ryan. He's Short.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, hi. I'm Juju. Where are you two heading? If you've got time, you should come back to our camp.
Your camp?
Yeah, it's not far.
How about it? Let's take him up on the offer. I'm surprised there's a Homs camp here, but they might have some information.
I suppose.
Juju, can you tell us how to get there?
Sure. If you go back to the oasis, you should see a tall stone post. Head there first.
Then what?
There's a small path in the woods next to the stone post. Just follow it down to our camp.
Got it. Now, let's make a move.
Okay guys, looks like my brother is picking up a little bit of yard work, so we are going to call it a day right here. And hopefully I'll be able to get Dr. Mr. Fuji back to watch more of what I'm considering a very long movie at this point. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing so I can bring you more of what you want to see. Thanks.